Horace Buxton. Horace was born in 1844. He lived in South Londonderry, right over the border of District 12 and District 4, living with his mother Elizabeth, father Nathan, and sister Martha. At age 6, Horace also lived with Charles Buxton, who looks to be a close relative. Charles was a 16-year-old farm laborer on the Buxton farm. As Horace grew up, he began going to school and even had a close connection with the schoolmarm. The school was nearly right across the street from his house in South Londonderry. He also liked to play ball and skate with his friends in the winter. But by age 16, Horace had become a farm laborer, and Charles had moved away. Farm labor wasn't easy. Their clothes became tattered, and most work had to be done by hand, including haying. It wasn't long until Charles and Horace enlisted in the war on 8/11/62, mustered in 9/1/62, to the Company G of the 11th Vermont Infantry, 1st Artillery. During the war, Charles kept a diary, which included his and parts of Horace's life at war as well. The company would march for days, setting up camp along the way, only to wrap it up the next morning and continue marching. Some marches drew on through the night. But May 14th was the first they saw fighting, and pickets were sent out. The diary remarks, on the 18th the picket line was withdrawn in daylight, then marched to the right of the army, where there was an engagement near Spotsylvania Courthouse in the wilderness, and then marched back to the right, camped near the place where we left in the morning, to go into camp about 4:00 p.m. The 19th, marched after the Rebs in the morning. After 2 miles of march, halted after forming a line of battle. Then the pioneers commenced to build rifle pits. 19A General turned out to work on rifle pits, worked all day and night, had orders to be ready to march at any moment's notice, but not until about 10:00 p.m. Then, to our right, about 1 mile, and some pits made during the day, laid our arms all night. 20th, laid in camp. Could see Rebs from our camp, but not much firing. 21st, Eaton with 56 men was detailed to go to the left to build some work on firing. And our right had a brisk fight with about 5 o'clock, and the Rebs advanced into the pits we had been in that morning. With 3 lines of battle, I think Jonies got punished for very bad march at 9:00 p.m. and marched all night. About a year later, Horace was disabled on 4/3/1863, which shortly led to his death that same day. Charles was killed in action in Winchester on 9/19/64. But today, Horace lies with his mother Elizabeth, father Nathan, and sister Martha at Rest Haven Cemetery of Londonderry, Vermont. This leads to the end of my story. Thank you.